just looked glowing. I don't know how else to describe it. The sunlight was shining on her blonde hair. And also I thought that her eyes were the bluest eyes I had ever seen. I was quite struck by not her. She's just a lovely looking woman, as you can see from these photographs. And so that was how we first met. She was very pleasant and genuinely interested in who we were and what we did. Particularly my daughter Laura, who was studying occupational therapy at the University of Victoria at the time. So there was a kind of medical connection there for the age. She was really interested in asking Laura a lot of questions. And it wasn't very long afterwards we started to chat. Elaine and I chatted for a while. And it wasn't very long afterwards that Elaine invited me for tea and eventually to join the Yalaya Sisters Book Club, which she had started. She and Lynn, actually. I had never been in a book club, and I wanted to expand my reading experiences, so I agreed to join them. And it's turned out to be a very rewarding experience. And I now have about a dozen new female friends and a big long list of books. Thanks to Elaine. As I got to know Elaine better, I developed a deep respect and admiration for her. Her curiosity about people and what made them tick, her insight and compassion, and her delightful sense of humor. Of course, most of you know, I'm sure. She was incredibly supportive of me during some tough moments, something for which I'll always be grateful, and she did the same for many of her friends. It was a great honor of my life to sing for her on the afternoon she met us. An experience I will never forget. Elaine, please. Sorry. These things happen at the most inconvenient times, anyhow. Elaine was also one of the most organized people I've ever known, always thinking ahead and being well prepared for anything. I think we in the book club, and most of our book club is all of our book club almost is sitting in the front row here. Yes, I think we in the book club all felt the same way about her, and I know that we all want to continue meeting to share books and friendship with one another. Elaine and our memories of her will be an enduring link for the Yalaya Sisters. As Elaine often used to say, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. You will be forever missed, my friend. Thank you.
I'm here.
Regine. Okay. Oh my God. She's here. Okay, thank you. So Elaine's dear friend, Lynn, who is not able to be with us today, she sent in a few words that I will read to you now. Elaine was my friend, colleague, and mentor. Elaine and I became like sisters. 3 of us started the Yalaya Sisters Book Club. Elaine was a big organizer and I was a great follower. We walked the dike always, hoping for a glimpse of the Oreo cows. We shared wonderful evenings at the Gateway and VSO concerts as volunteers. She said that her Scottish ancestors would be proud that she did not have to pay 1 red cent. On one occasion, the VSO gave an open-air concert at Garry Point. A cell phone rang, and the conductor stopped everything. He held up his hand and said that perhaps the person had just received a call from the VSO asking for donations, and we should give him the chance to respond. That's very clever, yeah. Elaine was rolling around on the blanket laughing. And I realized that it was exactly the clever, humorous way she herself might have responded. Always thinking that girl. She got us going to exercises at the senior center and cheap lunches. She even tried mahjong. She was very proud of her number 139. She showed it off, giving dinner parties, offering card-making days, and even hosted a shower for my daughter Christina. When the day came, Elaine was in the hospital. She stayed in charge, delegating jobs, and asked only for a good description of how it went. Of course, it was wonderful with Jillian as a quintessential tea player. She always was that spark that ignited an adventure. My husband Gary wants to thank her for me. She got me following her lead into online dating, where I met Gary from Duncan, who described himself as an artist. I know that she was glad for my happiness. I miss being able to ask her advice. What a well of knowledge, experience, and wisdom she was. We have all been blessed to have had the opportunity to know this amazing woman, to feel her smile, and to bask in the warmth of it. I am so sorry that I can't share this time with you in person. I know that she's up there somewhere, waiting to organize us all when our time comes.
Thank you.
Love you all. That's lovely. And now I'd like to introduce you to Elaine's wonderful Ken, who has been by Elaine's side for the last 5 or 6 years, particularly this last difficult period. Never been left aside. So, and as I said, he's responsible for all of this, so he has his own reflections to share with you. Thanks, Ken.
So first of all, I'd like to thank Christine. We were here at least 3 hours.
Yes.
Hours and hours and hours and hours. It takes time to do all this. I don't know. Sort of moved back mostly to North Vancouver, so Christine has been one person. Absolutely. So what I was going to talk about was something a little different than we did on the Zoom, and it's mainly about this picture that she did. And I put some copies on you.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, so yeah.
So there's that, and there's this, which actually was the headstone that we did. And Elaine with elephants and creativity and Hawaii. And that actually was completely embraced.
Oh, wow.
I haven't seen it yet. So I did write out what I'm going to say, and the way it's going to go is that after I have that from the little slideshow, and somewhat relates to this idea. She lived at number 139 for over 3 decades. Back forth a little bit, and was the definition of a good neighbor. She took time to talk to those who lived next door and to those who she met while walking through the complex on the West Dyke or Stevenson on Canada Day or Terranova. She knew that to have friends, you have to These picture boards show Elaine in her neighborhood mostly. So many pictures. Living day to day among us. We take normal life for granted. COVID came, and for Elaine it got worse when she was diagnosed with stomach cancer in 2021. As a result, she passed on March 26th this year at her home. You may have seen us walking the neighborhood and observing her slowly crying. First she didn't need a walker, and then she did, and then she couldn't use it. I want to tell you a little about her life. I know that many of you know this, but maybe not everybody does. And about this picture here called Love and Will that she painted a few years ago, quite a few years ago actually. She was born Elaine Rose Richmond. She was the first, the eldest of 8 children, 6 girls and 2 boys in Winnipeg. She used to tell me she came from a big family, but she was an only child for the first 4 years of her life. Elaine became a world traveler. Maybe that started when she was about 2. At that time, her mother, Helen, took her by train to Nova Scotia to be closer to her father, Lloyd Richmond. Lloyd served on a submarine in the Canadian Armed Forces during World War II. There are no naval bases in Winnipeg. After the war, they returned to Winnipeg, and the other kids started arriving. Elaine became the big sister, a role that she had for the rest of them. Elaine was more than pretty smart. She was pretty, and she was smart. She was well educated. She attended the St. Boniface School of Nursing, the University of Manitoba, SFU, and UBC. She spent a career in the helping professions. She told me that one winter morning in Winnipeg, she looked out and saw her car buried in snow. It reminds me a little bit of one of these pictures. Shows a death in the snow. She made a snap decision. The light and it was life-changing. That day, she phoned Air Canada, bought a ticket to Vancouver to be in God's country. She lived in several Greater Vancouver locations, an apartment on Beach Avenue and downtown Lakeside, and so on, and ended up at number 139 at Edgewater. I want to say a few things about the picture here. It has become a lesson for me since March 26th. It's only a message she left. I didn't know. It was displayed on the wall, if you ever went into her house, right next to her main entrance. We never talked much about it. She had so many good paintings by very well-known people. It's called Love and Will. It's the one that I handed out to you. The title always puzzled me. Where did she get that thing from? But I never asked Elaine what that meant. I found that out this Wednesday night, what that title was all about. It's the name of a book by somebody, Robo Elaine, a famous psychologist that she studied. It all began to make sense. I've read parts of the book. Through all of it. He was one of the founders of counseling psychology. She got her master's in that discipline from UBC in the 80s before running a small counseling practice in her home. If you look at that picture, if you haven't Cincinnati, I suddenly began to see something more about it. So I understood what she was talking about. I searched love and will and found her it takes what the book is, what today's book is about. It takes will, a real life situation, and love to set out towards the horizon. It doesn't all come nice and packaged. We take the chance of falling off the edge of the world. We may live life, on the other hand, we may live life as an adventure if we have the will to do it. And you all know that the word adventure was one of my favorite words. That is love, which is not the opposite of hate, but the opposite of indifference. According to Elaine, that book, we can paint the pictures of our lives with a vision beyond our own death. Death is kind of a theme. Elaine dared to live as fully as she could. She did a lot of work in cancer treatment and was quite an innovator in early theater industry. She was a world traveler, but never a mere tourist. She traveled to Japan, China, Australia, New Zealand, etc., all over Europe, Africa. Dave Morissette is a good friend of hers and traveled with him. She would organize, she did a book called Travels for Others. She was a groupie and star of the group. She worked in some of these places, including Hawaii, which was really a favorite place for her. I traveled with her the last 2 times. We stayed for a few months. It was always after Christmas. Then COVID came, of course. First COVID came and cancer entered her front door without knocking. By the beginning of March, she began to realize that her chances of beating cancer were pretty slim. She was moved from Richmond General to Celegration Army Hospital before her leave. In the end, she chose me, and I remember we were there. Medical assisted back to be used at her home in Edgewater. She was not alone. On March 26th, she had a chance to sleep with each one. Present for 2 minutes. Christine and Lynn sang 2 songs that she requested. One that one was Wind Beneath My truly present. There are two pictures over there. I put them on. They're very similar. One is looking away, one is looking down. I put them on because she told me that that one on the left in the beginning was her favorite picture that she ever had. She said she saw something that had captured her. On March 26th, she put her life's brush carefully into its box for the last time, packaged her paints, and let the canvas call to her life. It's not in the loop. Every time I wonder what we'll see will be at the moment. But she continues to paint the canvas of my life that she lived in Richmond. Love.
Far behind me, raindrops like a lemon drops high above the chimney top. That's where you find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. And the dreams that you dare to, why, oh why can't I, ooh,
It must have been cold there in my shadow to never have sunlight on your face. You were content to let me shine, that's your way. You always walked a step behind. So I was the one with all the glory, while you were the one with all the strength. A beautiful face without a name for so long, a beautiful smile to hide the pain. Did you ever know that you're my hero? And everything I would like to be. I can fly higher than an eagle. You are the wind beneath my wings.
This is, if you, there's a couple more, this is the pieces that Elaine did, and there's a couple more. And one of them is this interesting reference, which ties into that. Things sort of came together for me, and it's by William Blake, and the poet, it's called The Death of the Good Old Man, and she's underlying something. Each person has a visualization of what happens to them after death. This visualization affects all of the rest of them.
Hey, thank you, Ken. Yeah, wasn't that lovely video? Lovely pictures. Anyhow, so at this point, I would like to invite you to come and say something, those of you who would like to. Marlene? Yes. Well, here. Please come and share your thoughts.
Well, this is indeed a different experience for me, because usually I would come with paper to read, as I did in the service a couple of weeks ago, and I'm here without paper. I'm here without specific words. However, Elaine knew that, what's that saying about, I was never afraid of a microphone, if someone put that in front of me, so, and driving out here today from New West, I remembered too how she had given my name to someone at the, what was meeting at the Steveston Hotel? Was it the Quadman? I think it was Quadman. Anyway, it was a luncheon, and so I was able to speak there, so that was wonderful. So I'm going to refer a bit to what I spoke about in the Zoom, in our Zoom celebration of life. I met Elaine actually in 1980 when my husband and I moved back from Alberta, and we lived on Hollywell Drive, and we were in the cul-de-sac, and she was in the house at the end of the street. So that's how we met, as neighbors in conversation and walking. And at that time, I was in personnel work, and then I returned to university in the field of counseling psychology. So, and then she went ahead and got her master's, and I did in 2 different places. However, we would have a lot of conversations about human nature. And when my husband and I moved out of Richmond into the West, it was 33 years ago, our relationship changed, which relationships do. And we would meet. I still have my same dentist here. He has sold his practice. I still go on to Blundell Drive. And so when I would come into Richmond, we would meet. And so our conversations, I must say, were very rich and continue to be that way. And as you know, Elaine was very supportive of education, very strong value for me as well. I went ahead and got my doctorate in psychology. This was in 2002. I am still practicing. I have friends who say, "Oh, you're 75 years," and I say, "Young," and you're still working. And I say, "Yes," because when we find something that we love to do, we keep doing it. Because then it is different than work. It is more of a calling, a vocation. And this is how I view Elaine in her university and in her getting her master's in counseling, which was added to her skills and her way of being with people. She was my model and all. My research was actually, and I did this more for my interest, my research was looking at practices of religion, practices of spirituality, and personality styles. And Elaine and I would have conversation about spirit. And the Latin word spiritus, from which we get the word spirit, which is about life and breath as well. And we would talk a lot about different strategies, the creative visualization, which she focused so much on, the use of breath and helping people touch the essence and the core of who they are. And so my relationship with Elaine was one of learning and growing, and it continues. And we, with death, our form changes. Our form changes, this is my perspective, our form changes from the physical to something quite different. I use the metaphor a lot about water. Water can become ice, it can become steam, however the essence of it remains the same. And that's my sense that, and I wrote the comments to today was, Elaine, I am with you, I remain with you, and honor your spirit, and I'm honoring you, as Ken referred, an adventure of meeting new folk, and I have already done that today. And in my perspective, that is honoring Elaine's legacy. Elaine would want us to continue our adventures, however we define those and describe them and experience them in our lives. That's how we continue honoring her in adventure, meeting new people, continuing to learn and grow. And I'm expressing that we're going to leave it. So I say, Elaine has been with me in the presence as well. So thank you very much for your connections as well. I said to Ken as I came in, I said, Ken, you may be the only person I know today. And then I went, okay, how do I perceive that? Do I go into fear of that? Or do I go, isn't that wonderful? Another new adventure. So when I say, let us keep doing our adventuring and let us honor Elaine for inviting us to do that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, I believe, Jill, did you want to say a few words? Okay,
Not
okay.
often.
Mary Ann? Not today. Dave? Would you like to come up and share a couple of things?
I can say
This is Elaine's dear friend, Dave,
yeah,
of 55 years. Want to come over here? You can speak from there if you wish.
okay. Yeah, I met Elaine in 1955, was it? I think. In Honolulu, Hawaii. We were both in Hawaii for the first time. And Elaine was living in Winnipeg and I was living in Vancouver at the time. But one evening I was waiting for the elevator in the hotel and Luke should walk in, but Elaine with her friend Myrtle, and we could just see Elaine's personality. And I thought, oh, I'd like to meet her, so I missed the first elevator. And I was a bit shy. Plus Elaine said hello. So that was good, and we got chatting, and the next day we bumped into each other again in the lobby. So we decided to rent a car and drive around the island, and that's how it happened that I met her. And she was such a wonderful person. So we always kept in touch for all those years. And then eventually Elaine moved to Vancouver when her parents moved from Winnipeg to Vancouver. And she was in one place at the time, but she decided to move to Vancouver too, which was good. So we were wonderful friends, and we talked to each other pretty well every day, and we had some wonderful times, and she was such a special person. And I don't have much more to say, but I miss her a lot.
I know Elaine kind of was like a big sister today, and we helped one another quite a bit. And Teresa, would you care to share some words? Thank you. Along, Teresa was next door neighbor to Elaine. Teresa and her husband Dustin and children. So, welcome.
I'm happy to be here.
Oh, that's okay. That's the best way.
Yeah, I'm Teresa. And I'm 38, so we're right next door. So when we first moved in, we thought, strange, nobody lives next door. This is weird. Life goes by, 7 months, and I've never seen anybody. So when you open the door, it opens right to the other side. But we moved in January, so you can all guess where Elaine was. And we come back one day, somebody was there, we're like, oh, excellent, we have a neighbor, that's great. She was so excited to meet us, and she was like, I'm so sorry that I wasn't here to greet you. She invited us over for tea right away. She just come back from her adventures in Hawaii, and she told us all about it, and she gave us some treats, and was like, oh, you just met you. Thank you. She was the best neighbor. She was so lovely, and I loved always her spoke. She's always so lively and zesty and full of life, and always had a smile on her face, and always wanted to know how we were doing. And when we first moved in, my daughter was just about 2, so she watched the kids grow up, watched Riley when he got born. See how I wish I looked. I love my brain. Here it is. She loves the kids. Anytime she could spoil them with Halloween goodies, or because they're listening, she cooked up. She called the Easter Bunny and told them there's a couple of really, really good kids. And it would be great to surprise them with an Easter egg hunt. So when we were out one day, we came back and we saw that the Easter Bunny had hid Easter eggs all over our garden, and the kids were like, and she was so like, get all their Easter baskets, and it was so sweet. It was so sweet that she worked for the Easter Bunny to get those Easter eggs there. They were so excited. Any opportunity she could get to give little treats to the kids, or just to see how they were doing and chat with them, she loved the kids. Oh, and another thing is seeing her love with Ken. I thought was always so inspiring that they met at an older age but still had so much care and love for one another. I remember vividly their 5-year anniversary. She was all dressed up, she was so sick, she had her hair done, she had her corsage, and it was so sweet. And I took a picture in front of the house with them, and they were getting ready to go to Steepston Seafood House, something like that. But they were so cute. And I was like, oh my God, just the love that they shared with one another. You could really feel how much she loved Ken, and knew her, of course. It was just so sweet to see like her devotion, her love, her kindness in anything that she did. The last time I visited with her, I worked in the hospital, so I saw her in palliative care. And even then, in her last few weeks, she was still like, how's everyone in the neighborhood? It's like, how are you guys doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? Like, she asked about everyone in the neighborhood by name, by unit number. It was like, how are you doing? Tell me everything, because I think she missed out because she was such a good neighbor. Wants to know how everybody's doing. So even then, seeing her in the hospital, she was still full of smiles and life and love and care and joy. I'm going to really decide she was a perfect neighbor to have right across the street. Or not across the street, across her board, right next door. And we're going to miss her, but she'll always be there. We'll see her lilacs, because she was so excited when we finally started blooming. It was so good. We'll talk about that one. But anything,
That's lovely. So anyone else here to come and share some thoughts? No? Very well then. Do you want to carry on? There's something else. Yes. Okay. So just one further thing that Ken has prepared for you this afternoon.
Well, what it is something that Elaine and I did every night. And so I thought I would just show you what we did. After that, and then the last year when she was young, we did the study and good prayers. We did something called the ironic lesson. It's used in many cultures. It originally started in Judaism, but it's become a side cast. Some of those things that become part of the culture. So we did also something called a chrism, which I did as the last thing. Say what she said, that the last thing she wanted to see on earth was so the way it goes was you hand around a person's face. Lord bless you and keep you, Lord make his face to shine upon you. Lord be gracious unto you and lift up his countenance upon you and turn his face towards you. And then we made up this chrism. It's something, you know, when the queen is coronated, it's chrism means oil or somebody's charismatic. So this is what we did. This is the last thing she heard. Father who created you, not you,
The Lord bless you and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. Amen. 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 The Lord bless you and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. As we receive, we agree. Amen.
When I am alone, I sit and dream, and when I dream, the words are missing. Yes, I know that in a room so full of light, that all the light is missing. When I don't see you with me, pull up the windows, bring the sun to my room through the door you've opened. Close inside of me the light you see, that you made.